Yeah, there's a lot of reverb here, so I'll just do the best I can to answer the question I would prefer to answer. Well, blue, actually. My favorite color is blue. Thanks for asking. God, Christians would believe, as Jews, Muslims, and certain others in other worldviews would believe, God's perfect. So I assume part of the force of that is if God makes the world and God's perfect, therefore the world should be perfect. And I'm saying it's not. Is that the thrust of the question? The world, I would say, is perfectly designed by God to do what God wants it to do. But if God is going to give us an unfinished project in order to call us to participate with Him in that project, then it needs to be perfectly unfinished, right? And I'm not playing with words. I'm just saying that it all depends what perfect means. And one of the things that I think the Hebrews and the Jewish Christians who wrote the New Testament understand is that we have to kind of resist understandings of perfection that are culturally different than ours that we may not want to share. Perfection can be, in both a Greek and an Indian sense, a kind of beautiful, slowly turning, geometrically gorgeous universe where nothing ever changes because everything is all perfect and smooth. And this is where, by the way, a lot of Christians get their idea of heaven from. That heaven is this transcendent, gorgeous, boring realm where nothing happens, right? Where I die, I leave my body behind, I go to St. Peter, he checks, he has my reservation, that's good. Then he hands me a shapeless white robe, a harp. I go to my cloud, I start to play. And I don't even like harp music that much. And I play at you, and you play back at me forever. And the worst thing about this is that I can't die. This is what we're selling Sunday morning, and we wonder why people don't run into our churches. Got to get me some of that. Whew! No, it's got to be something better. So what God calls us to is this wonderful sense of a world that is a project. And it's not a pretend project, it's a real project. I mean, that's one of the frightening things, is that what God has called us to do as human beings is to take on a globe, a really big, interesting globe, but to actually create society and to make society better. And then He calls the people of God to the even more daunting task of helping the rest of the world come to its senses, and for us to grow up and come to our senses so that we can then get back on track and continue in this eternal project of creativity. I mean, it's a wonderful, breathtaking vision of what God calls us to, and it seems to matter whether we comply or not. And so human life has tremendous value and dignity and implication, frightening at times, but that seems to be the biblical view.